All right, good evening. Another Sunday night. I'm doing this one different. I'm outside. A little chilly. I got my jacket on, but that's the way it is in Wisconsin right now. All right, so today we're going to talk about uh, the phrase or the saying, the truth shall set you free. Where did that come from? What does it mean? And, we'll just talk about that for in this segment here. So, um, where it came from, of course, was in the Bible, um, in the English Standard Version, in John 8:31 and 32. Jesus was talking to the Jews who believed in him, and he was, telling them that he was the Messiah. And in my view, he was talking to him the day before he got crucified. Or so in my mind, he was kind of giving him a pep talk, kind of like, keep doing what I told you to do. Keep doing what I instructed you to do. And keep believing in me. Kind of keeping them, on track, so to speak, just giving them that comfort before he left. So that's what I got from that part when he was talking to him. And this is what he said to him. So, kind of in that setting, the night before he was getting crucified, he said, Jesus said to the Jews who believed in him, "If you abide in my word, you are truly my disciples, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." Now, in the dictionary, um, the word truth means that which is true or in accordance with fact. And the word true means in accordance with fact, accurate, or exact, without variation. The word truth comes from the word true. Um, and then later on in the verse, we'll talk about the word truly. And then the word truly means to the fullest degree, genuinely, or properly. So he was kind of saying, if you do what I tell you to do, abide by my teachings, you're truly my disciples. So he was referring to himself as the truth, and he himself would set you free if we remain faithful to him, and follow his teachings. You will get to know him, and he will set you free, is what he was meaning. So, get to know him by reading and praying and stuff like that. So if we reread the verses using the meaning of the word truth and truly, it says here, Jesus said to the Jews who believed in him, "If you abide in my word, you are, to the fullest degree, genuinely my disciples, and you will know the exact, accurate way to live, and the exact, accurate way will set you free." So in a nutshell, he's saying his teachings are exact and accurate to the way that we need to be living. And then, at the end it says, "We'll set you free." Well, free from what? So the people responded to him when he said that. There's a couple verses in there, but kind of a space. But the people responded, you know, um, "We are the bloodline of Abraham, and we're not slave to anybody. So if we're not slaves, what are we set free from?" And Jesus answered, "Truly, truly, I say unto you, everyone who practices sin is slave to sin." So if you would reread that, it says, "To the fullest degree, genuinely, I say unto you, everyone who practices sin is a slave to sin." So he's being serious and firm by saying the word truly 2 times. He was trying to explain to them that it's not a physical bondage; it's a spiritual bondage. It has to do with us, like, committing sins and then suffering the consequences. getting out of the addiction cycle, getting out of lust, getting out of unforgiveness. The list goes on. There's, free from a lot of things that we carry or we fight with, when we live in the flesh. Um, and we're also set free from death, because if we commit to Him and His Word and He accepts us, we really don't die. We just move on closer to Him when we go to heaven. So He removes, that's where, kind of the Bible verse, it removes the sting of death. So He removes the fear of death. So He removes the fear of death. So He frees us from that. And then He also frees us from fear, because His perfect love casts out all fear. So, in closing, it's, the way I understand it is, if we follow Christ's ways and read His Word, pray, and get to know Him, He will set us free from all them things. In the Bible it says, do not lie. We can be free of our guilty conscience or trying to cover up our lies, and free of that whole spiral thing that we do when we start lying. It says to forgive, so we can be free from anger, trying to get even with people, so we can be free of that. The Bible says to pray for one another, so we can free each other up from our burdens and free each other up from our own habits and problems. So, the list goes on. So, now that we know what this means, and, we can lean in, we can get to know Jesus a little better through reading the Word, praying, and as we do that, He sets our spirit free. And then we can live the way that our bodies and lives were designed to live, was for Him, because that's how we were created in the first place. So now that you know what this means and where it came from, so just draw closer to the Lord, read the Word, and do some praying, and the truth will set you free. So I hope that was a good lesson for somebody, and I hope I shared some knowledge with you. And if you would like to comment, that'd be great. Or be sure to hit like and subscribe. So until next week on Sunday, we will talk to you later.